Another example, finding an angle using trigonometry. I have a right triangle, some strange side lengths here. Let's see what they're asking for. Over here it says measure of angle V is equal to what? Angle V is up here, so I'm going to mark that. That is our reference angle. So all the way across, this would be the opposite side. They gave us this connected side, so this adjacent side. And of course, this is the hypotenuse. So we're going to focus on this and this. Which trig function uses adjacent and hypotenuse together? Cosine. So let's write that down. The cosine of the angle is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Let's plug in the information into the trig ratio. The adjacent is 3 radical 33. You can rewrite it underneath, but I want to save space, so I'm going to erase it and plug it in here. The hypotenuse is 3 radical 66. Now, before I try to solve for the variable using algebra and getting the variable all by itself, I want to reduce that fraction. I notice right away that there's a 3 on the outside of the radicals in the numerator and the denominator, so those cancel to a 1. Radical 33 over radical 62, that reduces to 1/2. In other words, if you rewrote it as 33 over 66 under 1 radical, you can see 33 out of 66 is a half. So what we're really working with here is the cosine of the angle is equal to the square root of 1/2. What to do? Well, the goal is to get the variable by itself. So we need to get rid of cosine. And the way we do that is by taking the inverse of cosine. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. That will allow this to cancel, giving you the variable, the angle symbol all by itself. Cleaning this up, and let's ask the calculator, what's the inverse cosine of the square root of 1/2? Sometimes I think the hardest part is knowing what to do with the calculator. I'm going to try putting in 1/2, then taking the square root, then asking it for the inverse cosine of that answer. Okay. Now, if you have a really nice calculator, you can probably do it in a different order. But if you're struggling, you can do it one piece at a time like I am right here. So I put in 1/2, I get a decimal. I ask it, what's the square root of that? And now I can say, what's the inverse cosine of that answer? And that'll give me the angle. So I'm going to hit the second button, ask for the inverse cosine, and I get 45 degrees. And before I click submit or before I turn in the work, look at the picture, see what it means. I just found that the angle is 45 degrees. What angle? Angle V. Have a look at it. It seems like it could be 45 degrees. So that's not a proof, but it's just a quick, easy way to see, does your answer make sense?